Hey, Fibers. So, in this episode, we're talking about some big people stuff and we're also using some big people language. So, if you're listening with the kiddies nearby, please be sure to use your headphones and enjoy the episode. Keep doing the most. Hey, Fibers, it's Anisha from the 5 Years to 40 podcast. Welcome back for another episode. And also, welcome back to the first episode of the brand new year. I want to thank all of you who've been with me in the journey from 2019 to 2020 to 2021. Thank you so much for following along, and I'm excited about what we're doing for 2021 and beyond this journey of 5 years to 40. I want to take the time to wish you all the very best, whatever your dreams and your goals and your aspirations are for this year. I hope you just knock them out of the sky. Like, I hope you get more than you could even dream for in positive experiences, because we got more than we could ever dream for in other things in 2020. But yeah, so more than you could ever dream for good things in 2021. Today we're going to be talking about change. Now, everybody's talking about change at the beginning of the year, and everybody has an idea of how you should change, why you should change, what to do with change. Change. Brand new year, new me, la la la. There's a lot of that going on, and that's all well and good, because I feel when there's a lot of people having one accord on something, it's easier to activate. I feel as though that everybody's feeling excited and everybody's feeling joyful and optimistic. And optimism, y'all know I'm big on optimism. When everybody's feeling optimistic, things tend to kind of just flow better together. There's a certain kind of synergy. So don't tap out and say, well, everybody's doing this, I'm not bothered. If in fact you want to make change, go right ahead. And if you're feeling a little confuzzled about where to start, then this episode should help, because all I want to do tonight is just share 5 ways you can embrace change and go forward and make it, if that's something you're interested in. Also, while I'm talking, please be sure to pause right now and hit the like button and the subscribe button, so that you can always know when I have a new episode coming out, and you know when a podcast is coming out. And also, I'll leave links to the various podcast stations that I'm on. Like, I'm on Apple, I'm on Spotify, on Anchor, so you can always keep up with the audio part of it via the podcast stations. And also, from next week, I should be on. I should give you some information about a local station as well. So I'm excited about that. I'm just waiting to get some information. So I should not say that maybe, but anyhow, I'll tell you, and it's gonna be great. It's gonna be grand. So let's get into ways you could embrace change. The first thing you should do, if you're gonna be going ahead and embracing change, I think, is to declare it. Like, declare it to yourself. Write it down on paper, black and white. And if you're interested in writing it down, I've gone ahead and made a little change declaration. a letter to yourself, or a note to yourself about the things that you're making declarations on to change. And I'm going to leave the link to it in this video, and I'm also going to leave the link on my Instagram profile. So be sure to follow 5 years to 40 on Instagram, so you can grab your downloadable sheet, and you can write up the things that you're declaring, that you're saying, I'm going to change, and you're going to stick to. See, declaring it helps you it solidifies you making this movement. It adds a bit of accountability, because you should put it up somewhere where you see it regularly. Put it on your bathroom mirror, put it somewhere that you can see it, and then it helps you to remember, I promise myself these things, I'm going to build trust with myself and really follow through and do it. So declaring it makes it real. I mean, think about the declaration of things like Declaration of Independence, and like any memorandum of agreement, any grand agreement. It's always written down and kind of puts in a place where people see. Think of businesses; they have their values, they have their um, mottos, things like that. And it's kind of saying, this is who we are, this is what we do. And similarly, having a mission statement, a motto, or something like that for yourself, declaring, I am changing this habit, reinforces all the efforts that you're making. So the first thing to do is to declare it, and I always believe in writing down. So I'm telling you, write it down on a piece of paper. I've created this download for you. That's super easy, so you can just print it out, write out what you're declaring, and have it available for you to remind yourself all through 2021 the things that you're going to change. So that's the first thing. The second thing is to remember that you're going at your own pace, and so your results are going to be you oriented. It's going to be based on you. Don't get too caught up on if at June somebody who would have said they would have, let's say, their goal would have been to lose weight, and they lost 10 pounds, 15 pounds. It's visible, you can see it. I can see them losing weight. I see all that. That's exciting, that's wonderful for them. And you might have had a goal to set better boundaries, so that you don't have, certain people trips in and out of your life. You don't have, you're not messing around with no F-boys no more for 2021. Maybe that's your goal. And at December 31st, you recognize, hey, I achieved that. Now, people won't be able to know that. People won't know that your thing was to improve your boundaries, but you did it. But if you're going to get caught up in thinking, well, I didn't do as much because look, she lose all this weight, and then it's going to get you confused and throw you off your game. So just remember that it's your race and you're going at your own pace, and don't get caught up in comparing yourself and your progress to anybody else's. Really important when you deal with change. Really important when you deal with change. You're at your own pace. The third thing is to remember that there will be doubters. And unfortunately, you might be one of them. You might doubt yourself when you see things going slow. Let's say, to use the same weight example, you wanted to lose weight, suddenly you plateau and you're not going any further. You start doubting yourself, what's going on? Or you start doubting yourself when let's say your decision to change was to go back to school, and you reach at a certain point. There's a certain point as an adult learner when you really start thinking, what the hell? I take my fastest and go back in school for, I was fine, I could stay at the job where I am, I don't need to worry about this. And it gets, the pressure of it just gets so intense, and you're like, I don't want to do this anymore, this is too hard, it's taking too much time out of my work, it's taking too much time out of my life, and it's taking too much time out of my life. I have to spend time with my kids and my wife, and I can't deal with it, and you just kind of let it flop. And, or you might be tempted to let it flop. So you will doubt yourself too when you're on a journey to make a major change, but that doesn't mean that you can't finish. So just stay committed, and you will. And listen, other people will doubt you too. Let's say you decided that the change you want to make was to have a better relationship with God, like to be more spiritual, to go back to church, and they were like, oh, what's she playing? Just the other day I see she and this man she was it, and she used to be that woman husband. What you talking about? She in thing. What she playing? She going to church? People gonna doubt you. People gonna think you have an ulterior motive. Let's say if your thing was to have a better relationship with the people around you, so everybody you come into contact with, whether it is your immediate family, your co-workers, or whatnot, you come and you start being more pleasant, and people start, what happened? She hear something, and they would doubt you and make you feel as though what you're doing doesn't have any merit. But you had to know that when you commit to change, when you declare that you're gonna change and make the change, don't let any doubters, and not even yourself doubting, keep you out of it. And besides, listen, you're always gonna be a villain in somebody's story. Somebody gonna think you're the villain, even if you come with your good, most honest, open self. Somebody gonna say you're being good and open and honest because of something bad. That's just people. So you had to know that you have to be okay with them doubting you, okay with them saying that you're going to church to cover up something, or whatever it is, whatever the story is. Just remember that there'll be doubters, and that's not your concern. Your concern is to make sure that you are doing what's good for you and sticking to the things that you promised yourself. Right. The fourth thing I want you to remember is that all you can do is your best. So do your best, right? It will take grit for you to get up in the morning and work out every single day, if that is the change that you want to make. If you know you want to make a change in your body, you want to get back to your ideal weight, it will take grit to do it. It'll take discipline to do it. It'll take discipline to resist some good, that good looking guy that you're just like, oh my god, I should just. But you have a different plan for yourself. You decided that you want to cut out toxic people and toxic behaviors that you may, so you're not gonna get caught up with the same talk. So whoever it is and whatever they look like that won't be talking to you, you have a different plan for your life. You want to help yourself to heal so that you are ready for your king, because 2021 is king time, child. Never let them for the play stop. So if you know that's the journey that you're on and that's the change that you're making, do the best that you can. Do the best that you can. And while you're doing the best that you can, doing the best would also mean that you have to recognize change hard. Anything involving change is hard. It's not an easy thing that you do, and I'm proud of you for deciding to do it, but change is hard. And there's a time when you will have to fight for you. You got to fight when you decide, I don't feel like getting up in the morning and go outside and do 10 jumping jacks or run up and down the steps. I don't feel like doing that, but you're going to have to say, I promised myself that I wanted to be a certain weight, so I'm going to do it. You are going to have to fight with yourself when you feel like, I don't have the time to put it to send in that paper. I don't have time to finish the assignment. I don't have time. You have to fight with yourself to sit. Make it 11 o'clock, make it 1 o'clock, make it 2 o'clock to finish it. You have to fight for you, because at the end of the day, when you have that degree, when you have that diploma, when you have that associate, whatever you're going after, nobody can take it from you. It's required for you. You have to fight, and it's required. And this time 2021, we're not fighting against ourselves, we're fighting for ourselves. That's what we're doing this year in 2021. Okay, so remember, that's the plan. Do the best you can. Fight for your dreams, fight for what you believe in, fight for the change that you're making as we continue taking these steps towards a fascinating life. And the fifth and final thing is to remember, with change, you need to testify about it. Testify. Nipsey Hussle said that the highest human act is to inspire other humans. And I truly believe that. I think that everything we learn in life, we have a social and emotional and a spiritual obligation to help other people to learn it too. To cut the curve, trim the curve by a little bit off for somebody else, or at least people who are willing to learn. Because I have some people who, they're willing to learn shit. They feel as, I think, as a matter of fact, if you try to help them, they tell you how you know it all. They try to make you feel bad when you're just trying to offer a suggestion. So it's not for everybody, but for the people who are willing to learn, you owe it to yourself and them to share your story, to share the thing you struggled with, to share the thing you overcame. I mean, I feel like, especially the hard stuff, the tragedy, the breakup, the mashup, the wrong decisions, the wrong turns, the things that were meant to smear you and kill you and bring you down. Those are the things that you need to turn around and make into a testimony. And your story will shine a light for somebody else, somebody who's trying to find their way out of a similar situation. Because the thing about it, we always feel we're so unique. We're going through something and we feel we are alone going through it, and we forget that there's so much people struggling too. But everybody keep their struggle for themselves, and nobody wants to share it, and nobody wants to say, I went through that. I went through a bad breakup. I went through being broke. I went through being fat. I went through some kind of major health challenge, and I came through it. This is how I was able to do it, and to help another person so they could, the person who feeling wrong now, because you make it through, you bust through the ground, you're in the light, you're basking in the glory of being able to overcome this thing. But there's somebody still in the back that's struggling. So your story can be the light for them. And on top of that, your story can be also a stop sign for somebody who might be going down that wrong road. The thing you might say, the story you might share, The book you may write, the song you might sing can save someone's life. And that's the whole truth. And that's why I'm encouraging you that as you make this declaration to change your life for something good and something juicy and something joyful and something sexy, whatever it is you're deciding to do for 2021, just remember that the highest human act is to inspire other people. So don't be afraid to talk about it. Don't be afraid to be joyful. Don't let nobody tear you down when you're being joyful either, because you work so freaking hard for you to be where you are right now. You don't need to be listening to anybody that's trying to tell you to tone it down. You work hard. You came through a freaking lot. And now is your time to be yourself and to help other people. You people see you wilding out and they think, oh, she's showing off. They don't even understand. And you don't need to explain. You just need to inspire for the people who want to be inspired. Okay? So those are the 5 things I'm thinking. When you are declaring change for 2021, because we all seem to be on that, and I love the idea of change. I think change is a beautiful privilege. And I do believe that change is necessary for your growth. And seeing as how we're all growth oriented individuals on this wonderful journey, I believe that as you grow and as you change, you can transform the results you have in your life. And those results will be fascinating and fabulous. And I want to hear so much about them. So please be sure to keep me tuned. So guys, again, just to recap, remember that the change is going to help you to inspire other people. Remember that you have to do the very best that you can. Fight for yourself. Change is hard. You got to fight for what you believe in and fight for the change that you want in your life. Also, there'll be doubters. There'll be people who will doubt your objectives, doubt the things that you want to do. They would criticize you. They will bring you down. They will villainize all your intentions. Just remember that you can't let those things distract you. Doubters are distractors, okay? And remember that you're going at your own pace. Because if your plan was to have better boundaries, if your plan was to have more grace and more love and better and better relationships with your at the end of the year, that's gonna be a little different to measure based on somebody whose goal was to lose weight or to finish a degree that they've been putting off for a while. Right? That's gonna be different. But it's equally monumental. It's both a big deal. You're a big deal. All my friends never a big deal. Really, really important. Sorry, I was breaking to song when I do these episodes. I do not get it. But anyhow, so that's what I'm saying. So remember that. And finally declare it, and be sure to click for the link that's going to take you to the I Declare Change in My Life downloadable that I went ahead and created just for you, so you can create that, write out what you're declaring to make change, and stick it up on your mirror, stick it up in your closet, stick it up somewhere where you go every day, so when your eyes bounce on it, you can remember, I promised myself this, let me get to work. I really believe in you. I believe in the things that you're going to achieve in 2021, and I'm so looking forward to it. So be sure to leave some comments. Let me know what you're working on. Let me know if I could shout some encouragement out to you. Let me see if I can, maybe create more episodes that can help you on the journey that you are pursuing while we all doing this whole fascinating, fabulous thing. So thanks for joining me again, and thanks for the support that we've been getting on this podcast. And take care of yourselves. Remember to wear your mask, guys. It's a serious thing. Wear your mask, be safe, take care of yourself, and take care of each other. Keep doing the most. Mwah.